Hi, this is PhilBelonger with the PhilBelonger home selling team here in Denver. On today's video, what we're going to be discussing is appraisals and how that affects you when you're selling your home. But before we dive into that topic, I'd like to bring your attention to two links on this page. First, if you're looking to sell, click here, and if you're looking to buy, click here. Now let's get back into our topic. Okay, so we're talking about appraisals today and how that relates to you when you're selling a property. And oftentimes I get the question asked, should I have an appraisal done prior to listing my home? And the answer I would give to that is absolutely. If that's something you'd like to do, it's certainly not going to hurt. I don't require it. I don't think it's a necessity. However, it can't hurt to gather a little bit more knowledge in regards to another person's opinion who's a professional as it relates to value for your property. But one thing you need to do and take into consideration when you're looking at this appraised value is there's oftentimes a disconnect between fair market value and appraised value. And the reason why that is appraisers are only looking at the historical data that relates to your property. And they can be looking at the sold properties only online via a computer, and they just get to see the pictures. They don't get to see the quality of the finishes. There's a lot of different nuances as it relates to the property in regards to the flow of the home. Does it back up to a busy street? The quality of the finishes, and someone who's walking through, mainly a real estate agent who's very experienced with the part of town you're in, and they know what homes are selling for and they know what the values are going for, is probably going to have an easier time nailing down what fair market value would be versus an appraiser who's just looking at data from an historical perspective. They don't really take into account, appraisers don't take into account the lack of inventory in the market, the competition that's currently priced in the market. All they're looking at is sold data, not the amount of the absorption rate. So the absorption rate is basically the amount of active inventory versus under contract inventory. So there's things that they're not factoring in when they come up with their value. It's not going to hurt. However, it's not going to be the end-all answer to how you should price your home, in my opinion. If you have more questions about this, if you'd like to find out what your home's worth, I'd be happy to prepare a custom analysis for you, no strings attached, no cost involved with it. Feel free to call, email, text me at your convenience. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you have a great day.